This is the study guide for section 11.2. We're going to look at arcs and central angles. If you forget what any of those are, you can go back and watch our other videos. You could also read this paragraph here. It tells you what a central angle is, a major arc and a minor arc. I'll use some colors here to help you review quickly. Let's go with a central angle first. The central angle would be that purple angle, angle CEF. E is the center of the circle, notice. So the vertex of your angle has to be the center of the circle. Now that's going to split your circle into two arcs, that angle. One arc right here is blue. That's called a minor arc. You would name that with two letters, arc CF. The other arc is a bigger arc. We're going to call that the major arc. We would name it with three letters. That's the pink arc, the pink portion of the circle. So you would name that arc CGF. Let's look at some examples. Refer to circle P, segment SN, and segment MT are diameters. So this segment is a diameter, and this segment is a diameter. That's really important because then that creates semicircles. For example, this arc right here is a semicircle. Guys, I'm recording. If you could be quiet, that'd be sweet. Thanks. What's the measure of arc NR? That would be this little guy right here. I'll make him orange. Okay, well, we have no information on our picture, but it does tell us up here that the measure of angle SPT is 51 degrees. The measure of angle NPR is 29 degrees. And that's really important because notice how that central angle corresponds to that arc NR. The measure of an arc is the same as the measure of its central angle. What's the measure of arc ST? I'll use a different color to highlight that one. I'll go with this red arc right here, and that kind of looks a lot like the pink, but that's arc ST. It's going to have the same measure as its central angle, so it would be 51. Okay, next thing we want is the measure of arc TSR. We're starting at T. We're going towards S, and we're going to keep going until we stop at R. We want that measure. So we know this portion of it is 51. We know that this portion of it is 180. And then we have this other little portion down here that's 29. TSR. Yes, you're going to add those three numbers up. So hopefully you guys have a calculator. If you don't have one, please grab one. What is the measure of that arc? Well, it would be the sum of those three measures. Let me grab my calculator real quick here. I think it's 260. But I've made mistakes before, so let's just type it in to make sure. Yeah, it's 260. Okay, now we have a pretty busy picture here. Maybe I'll try to clean it up just a little bit. Shh. What's the measure of arc MST? Well, that's a semicircle. I know that because look at the central angle. See how it's a diameter? So that means that measure is just 1